believe it or not, you have to start with self-promotion, because no matter what happens, no matter how many barbers you do or don't have, no matter how well staffed you are or are not, the onus is on whoever is on that lease. Whoever's name is on that lease is who has to produce the rent every month. So first and foremost, I started with self-promotion. It's habitual. I can't even help myself. I effortlessly, thoughtlessly, mindlessly, consistently market myself. Because again, whoever's name is on the lease is who they're going to come to when the bills are due. So I started with that. But there's a caveat. I did not want to market myself on Google in the shop. That might be hard to follow, but let me explain. When I first opened, I begged my clients, please go to Google and write 5-star reviews about my shop. Do not mention me by name. Please just keep it about the shop, because I wanted people that were Googling barbershops near me, or people that would drive by, see my sign, see my building and say, I wonder what that place is about. Let me Google it. I wanted them to just think they could go in, have a great experience, no matter who they work with. When I first opened, I didn't have any help. It was just me. My partner, she didn't cut hair. She had a 9-to-5. She lived and worked in Pasadena. So she only came to our shop on the weekends. So again, I begged my clients, please, if you guys rock with me, please write 5-star reviews on Google. Do not mention me by name. And for the most part, they listened. Now, whenever a new client would walk in and they just decided to write a 5-star review and mention me, that I couldn't stop that. But the ones that I could influence, I begged them, please don't mention me by name. And I explained to them like the method behind my madness. But so Google was huge. I had a few people put me on Yelp, but most people that I've ever worked with say they found us on Google. So that was key for me to make sure that we were getting our reviews on Google so that everybody knew like, yo, this is a good, fun, safe, friendly. And, we offer a special environment. So I asked my client base to expound on the environment. Now, another thing that started to organically happen was I started ending up in Facebook groups. Like, I had a client, the mom of these children, she put me in a Facebook moms group. I think she was in like Cypress Moms. And then another lady put us in Katie Moms group. So social media was huge for us. Now, we also had clients that would tell people about us in like the Neighborhoods app. And then obviously Facebook also has like neighborhood groups. Like, for example, the development I live in is called Marvita. So, there's a Marvita Facebook group. All the neighborhoods in the area that I work in, they have Facebook groups dedicated to that neighborhood. So we were having people just kind of organically tell their, neighbors in those groups about our shop. So that did really well for us. I also begged our barbers, when we started to get them, self-promote, because ultimately it is, now we're booth rent. So I think the lady that wrote this post, she's a commission shop owner. So it's going to be a little different. I think the same things can work, but she's going to have a different approach, because ultimately she's going to make $1 off of everybody that walks through the door, where our business model, we are booth rent. So it doesn't matter how many people walk through the door or not, we get paid rent from our barbers. And it's never, it's always the same amount. But for us, we begged our barbers, promote yourself, make yourself busy. Motion creates motion. The more clients you have, the more clients you're going to attract. Your clients are going to tell people about you like my clients do me. Now, I want to backtrack a second. In the beginning, like I said, my co-owner, she lived and worked in Pasadena. She had a 9-to-5 or, she had a full-time job. And so she would come hang out with me in the shop on the weekends, help keep the shop clean and neat and tidy. And when she had downtime, she would do DoorDash. And while doing DoorDash, she would pass out our shop flyers, or we had like these little postcard size brochure type things that just talked about our environment and showed pictures of the shop. Had the shop address, had our QR codes to bring you to our shop. social media accounts. So she was organically, passing out that information just throughout the community whenever she would do a delivery. But back to my barbers promoting themselves, we would beg them, please take as many pictures of your work as you can. Nobody is going to know you cut hair if you're not telling them. I preach to everybody. Social media is your biggest weapon in building clientele. If they don't know you're a barber, it doesn't matter that you're a barber. Every time someone has a free moment, they pick up their phone and they scroll social media. So I try to beg and plead to people the value of that, which is why I post every day on every platform. And so I tell them, promote yourself. Make sure your chair is busy because your booth is your business. But then in addition to that, I ask them, tag the shop. Let people know where you're at so that when they do see you and they're like, yo, this barber or stylist is really good, I want to go work with him or her, they know exactly where to go. So promote yourself while letting people know you're cutting at this shop. So those were the things that we really, really kind of honed in on. We tried spending money on social media. It really never gave us any good outcomes. I spent $1,000 on Google one time. That was a nightmare. We never had any 1-star reviews until we paid Google $1,000 to do our marketing with Google Ads. That was a nightmare. We paid attention to our analytics before we started working with Google. And I'm telling you, we had a significant drop off in traffic while we were paying Google for our marketing. It was insane. So Google didn't work for us. It actually did the opposite. We tried Facebook ads. That didn't necessarily work for us. Not to say that those things wouldn't work for you. We just didn't have very good luck with that. But I'm a firm believer that nothing never works and nothing always works. I don't believe in those things. So I would say just because it doesn't work for us does not mean you won't have success with it. But ultimately, word of mouth has been the most effective way that we've thrived. But again, start focusing on the controllables. You can't control how many barbers you're going to have. You can't control if and when they show up to work. You can't control how well they do the job. You can't control how they treat the client. So focus on you, start with you. Hopefully you rub off on them. But again, the onus falls on you. The responsibility and the finance, all that stuff falls on you. Even if you're commission or hourly, it still falls on you. So make sure that you are shoring up your client base so that no matter what happens, if you have no barbers or if you have a full shop, you can still keep the lights on and sustain your life, because that's important. You don't want to have to be in a situation where you have to sleep in your shop because you can't afford to pay your bills. So make sure those things are on point. Now, also, too, staffing is paramount, because what's the value of doing all these marketing things that end up working if people come through the door and end up leaving because they can't get help? Nothing breaks my heart more than when I do all the things that I can to make our business a success, and then people walk in and can't get help or can't get help fast enough. They wait an hour or two and then they just say, screw it. Because those people are probably never coming back. And my whole objective as an owner is to make as much business come through the door as possible. So when that happens and we don't have anybody that's there to capitalize on that, that's an opportunity lost. And in addition to that, those people will likely tell someone about their experience in your establishment. And if it ain't a good one, it's a bad one. And that stuff can be damning. So make sure that staffing is something that you have taken care of, because again, that can really be counterproductive. Let me know what I missed. If there are other things that work for you guys, my other fellow shop owners. I stream daily on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, sometimes Facebook, and more recently Instagram. I'm still trying to figure out how to stream on other platforms. When I figure it out, I'll let you know. I stream from 2 different perspectives on TikTok, Sean Cuts to H and Tiger Cuts. I stream Thursday through Monday, so I don't stream Tuesday, Wednesdays, but I do try to post daily. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you have something else that works for you, I'd love to hear about it. Otherwise, share this with somebody that may find the information useful. Let all the buttons do all the things. Have a great day.